Hi, I'm Leanne, and I'm here from Amira Willow Soul Tree Metaphysical Natural Passage Readings. And I want to send a message to everybody today for February 17th, 2016 from Angel Sophia. That is the angel that is with us today and the rest of this week until this next Sunday. Well, her name's Sophia, obviously, and she's the angel, and her color is red. So that's why I'm wearing a little bit of red to bring to you guys. She's been around forever. She's been around since the end of times. She's the most maternal angel. So if you feel extra maternal today, that's because the angel Sophia is around you. Or you could be feeling like if you're in a couple or you're married, that you might be ready to start a family, whereas before maybe you weren't, or you just are being extra protective of your children, or even your pets, or anybody in your family for that matter. You want to take care of people today. You have that extra loving feeling around you. I just like to say that also I feel like some people are going through some trouble, maybe like family members around you, or friends, or it could be even your own children, your significant others, those of you that are in a relationship, those of you that are single, maybe you have a friend or ex maybe that you are thinking about, and maybe you've had an argument, and so maybe you want to reconcile with that person. And I feel like that's the energy of the day. The angel Sophia is coming to us today to tell us that, life's really short, and we should try to forgive people. Not saying that you have to forget, but just try to forgive in our hearts, even if you have to forgive from afar. Because if somebody does you wrong and keeps doing it wrong, I mean, obviously, there's a point of no return. You can't have them in your life, but you can forgive them so you can move on with your life path and move forward. They don't have that angst in your heart, I guess is what I'm saying. Even if you have a friend, maybe you have close friends or close family, or anybody maybe that you feel you haven't seen in a while. You're probably going to see them today or sometime this week or weekend. You're just going to have that feeling like you want to see them or talk to them on the phone. Just maybe spend an hour with them to let them know that you care. I feel like there's some people that are just really going through some rough times right now, and you might just get this nudge maybe to call them or go visit them. That'll really make their day. That'll make them feel a lot happier. Because you don't really know what somebody else is going through, You can look at somebody and judge them, but you should never judge a book by its cover, because sometimes when you open the book, it's a really good book. The cover might not be the prettiest on the outside, but on the inside, has a lot of interesting details, and it keeps you wanting to read the book. That's kind of the message that I'm feeling. And also I'm feeling like maybe to perform an act of courtesy. I know this goes back a long ways, but in the days, they wouldn't let blacks sit in the front of the bus because they were black, so they made them sit in the back of the bus. I mean, it's just something like that. I don't know why that's coming back to me. I think a lot of people are like really realizing how things used to be, and they don't want them to be like that anymore. So people are trying to be kinder to other people. It doesn't matter what color you are, what religion you are, what you look like. If you just be kind to one person today, you can just do one little thing, one act of kindness. That will really not only make that person's day, but it does come back to you. You might think, well, I don't have time to do that right now. Well, sometimes, it only takes a minute to say, hey, I'll get that door for you, or, just do something as simple as that, and just be, a nice person. And it does go around. I mean, it might not seem like it, but something like that small will make that person feel good, and then that person will do something for somebody else, and so on and so on, and I think that's the message that she's trying to get, or come forward with, is that because she's been around so long, she's trying to bring this back. She's like an old-fashioned angel. and she really wants to help everybody, and she wants, the children, because the children are our future. I mean, that is an old saying, but it's a true saying. And she just wants the children to be noticed more. I think a lot of children nowadays don't get noticed because both parents work and they don't get the attention that they did, the way it was back then. And she's not saying that that's what you have to do, but I mean, if you can just take the time with your kids and take the time to be kind to somebody and just go that extra mile, I think it'll really make a big difference. And, that's not just today, and that's not just this week, but that's all the time. But it's kind of the message I'm getting from her. I mean, for right now. I think a lot of people are just going to feel like they want to write. Just start writing. Maybe you've been going through a lot, and maybe you don't have a lot of people to talk to, so you're just going to be like, well, you know what, I'm just going to sit down and write about this, because I just have to get it out somehow. So you just sit down and you start writing about whatever, like your life story, like autobiography. And before you know it, you keep writing, and you keep writing, and you keep writing, and you have like this much pages. But that's good, because you got it out. And another thing that's going to come out of it is that, you could try. I mean, it's not worth trying. There's nothing wrong with trying. You get it published, and you never know. I mean, I feel like a lot of you are going to surprise yourself, and it's going to become published. So I think that's pretty awesome. Sometimes out of sorrow comes the sunlight. And then when you see the sunlight, sometimes you see a beautiful rainbow. And like, there's this part of the rainbow, and then the middle and the end, it goes like that. And like at the beginning of the rainbow, the colors might be brighter, and in the middle they get less bright, and at the end they get even less bright. Well, you have to start somewhere, and eventually you will get to the beginning of the rainbow, where it's really bright, beautiful colors, the reds and the pinks and the oranges and the yellows and the blues and the greens, and they'll be really bright. It's amazing what, little things like that can do, and I think if you call on her, she'll guide you, for all these things too, if you feel really struggling, Sometimes I'll just sit down and send me a letter, and I probably won't send it, but it does help to get it out. And you never know. Maybe one day I'll decide to have it published. I mean, stranger things have happened. I'm also feeling like a lot of people this week, like I talked about last week, Valentine's Day, was this past Sunday. And I feel like a lot of couples or people that have been in a long-term relationship with somebody were hoping for that special romantic extra thing, a engagement ring or something close to it. And I just feel like that it's going to be coming up either the next 2 weeks or next month. So don't be upset that you didn't get it. And I just feel like she's coming to say, you will get that ring. You will get that special thing that you wanted from your special person. Whether it be a guy wanted it from a girl, or girl wanted it from a guy, or girl, guy, it doesn't matter. It's just the point that it's going to come. You just have to keep the faith. And I don't know, I just keep feeling like, for some of you, I keep feeling like an engagement ring, and it's totally unexpected on a day when you're like really having a crappy day, nothing's going right, then your significant other's like, well, let's just, excuse me, it's allergies here, it's dry here where I live. Anyway, so your significant other's just gonna be like, let's just go out to eat, and you won't be expecting it, you just probably be wearing like jeans and a t-shirt or something, maybe casual. And then that's where, they're going to ask you. And it's just going to be amazing because they're not going to expect it. I love that saying. I love the saying, expect the unexpected and don't expect anything in return. Don't give more than what you expect in return. Don't expect things, and the unexpected will happen. Like, I love all those sayings. I think they're so cool. And it really is true. And it really does mean, make sense. Because it does happen. When you keep expecting something or keep thinking about it, you can actually sabotage it. Like if you're wanting to get engaged, you can actually sabotage your own engagement. If it's all you keep bringing up, that's all you ever talk about. I mean, even if the person wants to ask you, I mean, it's a lot of pressure for anybody to ask. That's like a big deal. It's just going to make it harder on that person. So again, that's where it's coming back like the old-fashioned. with the angel Sophia. And also, I feel like, as I was saying before, like if you have gotten an argument with somebody, or I don't know, I just feel like there's some people that have maybe argued with people, but maybe they're even from your past. Maybe you haven't even talked to them in a couple years or a couple months. I'm saying like 2. So it's either 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, something like that. And I just feeling strongly that now is the time to try to make amends with them, because you just never know. I'm not saying anything bad, but I'm just saying, like, you never know what could happen to that person. So, and if you feel like, well, I can't forgive that person because that means, they get away with it. I know the feeling. I've gone through it myself. But if you forgive them, you're forgiving them for yourself. You're not forgiving them for that person. You're forgiving them for yourself so you can move on. You don't have to forget. Just forgive them. It's about forgiving them because you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. And another thing that I'm feeling is that a lot of people seem to like they're becoming more spiritual these days. And I feel like I see a lot of people doing that and really working on grounding themselves and do healing and meditation. And I just want to say that Angel Sophia is coming to you today to say, you know what? She's proud of you. You're doing a wonderful job. And she's here to help you with all these things. And it's not like it's any big pressure or anything. She just wants to say she's here for your help. You can call on her if you need her. And she's really proud of you. All the ones that have been working really, really hard at all these things. And a blessing will be coming to you. Just keep working. Keep going forward. Move forward in your life. Don't move backwards. Your past is your past, and yes, it does make you who you are, but it doesn't have to affect who you are to become. So I thank you so much. Thank you for letting me into your life, and I hope you have a wonderful night and a wonderful rest of your week.